You actually see their lines, eh?
Yeah, look at that.
The pot lines. I don't know what's going on with that one. It must be a bit of a floaty rope on that one.
Floaty rope on that one for sure. Yeah.
There's these two here, and this one here. One of them is floaty. Looks like there's two truces, one there to there, and then this yellow one up to that one. They got boffs both ends on both cables. The cables are the bit that go to the bottom. Well, we'll get ready to get in there. We'll have a little squirt around here. There's Anfrey, not very far away. The tide's going that way.
Drop it on Piette if you want.
Oh yeah, we're going Piette.
Yeah.
Yeah, we'll probably drift off of it, but still, it's good, eh? Dive's a dive. When you're wet, you're wet.
Tiny little neat tide as well.
Yep.
We could put it straight up. Go for it. Go for it.
So we changed our mind right at the last minute. What we want to dive is Anfrey Wall. Its proper name is Piette. The reef is called Piette. It's a great location. We always drop down inside the reef and swim around the northern side of it, through a gap, and then there's basically the entrance to a wall. It's a big long wall, normally pretty good. I haven't dived it for a few years, so I think we're going to try it today. Like Phil says, it's a neap tide, a tiny little neap tide, so that means it's not going to go very high and it's not going to go very low. Every couple of weeks we get a neap tide, and it's the opposite of a spring tide. So the spring tide you get the big movement, and the neap tide you get the small movements. Always clean the bubbles off the lens when you go in. Sometimes I forget. It is frustrating. We're going to be making our way down. Probably going to hit the bottom about 30, maybe 25 to 30. But the wall can go down to 40, 45. Just depends how far you want to go down. We've landed in the right location. The location we're aiming for is the back of the reef, which are these boulders. So far, so good. Normally plenty of fish life here, but today it doesn't look like there is. Oh, there's a cuckoo wrasse coming to see us straight away. Quite a nice colourful one. And some pelt, or other people call them bib. Is it just me, or has this year been the whole year of plankton? This white stuff that's floating in the water, this upwelling that's coming up the reef, is actually nutrients for all the fish and everything else that feeds on this zooplankton and phytoplankton. It seems to be around for a lot longer this year. It seems to have come in maybe 2 or 3 batches. Mentioned it before, but it's weird to see pelt not on shipwrecks. Normally they're only on shipwrecks. Must be attracted to iron or steel. You can see here a little squat lobster. Not quite sure what type it is. It's probably an olive squat lobster. I think we get 4 different varieties. I'm not entirely sure how many there is actually. If you do know, please comment, because I would like to know. This is where it'd be quite nice to have a rebreather, something with a closed loop that recirculates your breath rather than letting it bobble out the side. I mean, these fish seem okay, they don't seem to be too bothered about the bobbling, but you can actually get a lot closer if you're using a rebreather. Right, we're wasting precious time now. We're at 25 metres. We're going to have to start heading back around the edge of this reef. The fish love these large broken boulders. They kind of create little natural habitats underneath. Check out this male cuckoo wrasse. He's just laying on the ledge there. I don't think I've ever seen one laying on the rock. He must be asleep. dreaming of something, he keeps twitching. Oh, no, he's looking straight at me. He's not asleep. Reefs where it looks quite bland if you can get your lights on, but as soon as you turn the lights on, the whole collar just pops. We're almost there. It's just down to this bit of boulder field here, and then we take a right over the top of the reef. We can swim down and around the corner, but if we go any deeper than this, we're probably going to lose more bottom time. One thing that's really good is we're seeing a lot of these shark eggs this year, so that means that the huss and the dogfish are breeding. I think these ones are probably bull huss and nurse sharks. It's amazing how they use the little tendrils to wrap around this pink sea fan. They're not going anywhere. I spy another little squat lobster. I think that's the same variety as the one we've seen just before. This is the big gap between the rocks. This is where we got to swim through. Should take us out into a tiny bit of a plateau, and then it drops down into the deep. More boulder the other side, but all up to our right hand side or to the south should be the big wall. Again, I'm in Michelle's blind spot. This gap is really only wide enough for one of us at a time. It goes quite high. It's probably maybe 2 stories high. See loads of fish above us. And again, loads of pelches, mermaids' purses. You can see sharks in that. It's another mermaid's purse. I've been told it's always good when you see sharks on a reef because they're an apex predator. It shows that the reef is healthy. Made our way to the end. As you see, it drops down quite deep there. There's a big boulder There's a really nice gap underneath that boulder, so I want to go and have a look in. Loads of soft corals there. So the tide travels north to south. North is over my left shoulder, south's over my right shoulder. So the tide whips right the way down past here. Just going to turn around and show you what we just swum through. Quite cool. Really nice, interesting underwater structure that. That time we checked our bottom time, so we got 7 minutes left until we go into deco. This is our first dive of the day, really don't want to be going into deco. Let's take a look down this little gap. Forgot how colourful Anfrey wool was around here. Mind you, then again, last time I dived it, I don't think I had any decent torches, so that's probably why it's looking a bit better than it previously did. That's a really nice colourful cave. It's just not big enough for me to get down inside. It'd be lovely if that was a swim through as well. Completely covered in soft corals. It's probably been protected by the fact there's a big rock above it, so not going to get damaged. This must be a right hotbed for nudibranchs. These are all the type of food that they eat. You can just see an old crab pot running through there. Probably lost, I don't think there's a buff on the surface. I think there's quite a few lost crab pots along here from memory. Last time I think we had an issue swimming across the wall. I'm going to take the delayed SMB off of Mish so she can enjoy it. It's good to have turn each of the SMB because it can be a right pain. Now we're going to head down in the southerly direction, or southwesterly direction, across a wall. Not quite sure what she's found here. Oh, I know what it is. It's a homemade shot. So it's a little bit of rebar that's bent into like a kind of grapple, and then a bit of plastic 4-inch pipe. It looks like it's been here a long, long time. Completely stuck in the reef. That's probably why they just cut it and then went up and left it. Got 4 minutes left already. Really we want to be about 30 metres on this wall, but we can't be staying down that deep, so we'll have to come up a little bit. Otherwise we're going to run out of bottom time pretty quickly. You can see it drops away quite far. There'll be loads of fish down there. I can feel an issue. Our delayed SMB is caught round a crab pot that's come down. So we can only do one thing now. Got to swim up and untangle it. Nightmare. Absolute nightmare. But oh well. Crab pot was here before we were, so we'll just have to sort it out. We could do it shallow and up anyway, so it's probably done us a little bit of a favour in a way. All these ropes that are covered in loads of growth are obviously crab pots that have been caught here before. That's the issue with crab pots. They don't really like going off the cliffs very well, because the ones that are hanging in close normally jam in. This one doesn't look like it's lost because it looks quite clean. There's no growth on it yet. We're up around about 20 metres now. You can tell really without even looking at your gauge, because of this seaweed started down to about 20 metres is where it stops. I can't believe how many crab pots are hanging off this reef. This is a second load. Again, it's probably not lost because the rope still looks pretty clean. Wouldn't be an issue, but the tide's now starting to pull us southwesterly, as you can tell by the way the seaweed's leaning. And this pot rope is going all over the shop now. Starting to think possibly this one is tangled. I reckon this probably would have been a nice wall dive, but unfortunately we've had to come up a lot higher than we probably wanted to. Like I say, we need to be staying down around about the 30 metre mark. That's where all the good stuff's kind of hides. And there's another crab pot. It's definitely time we went back up to the surface now. It's like a spider web. It's only a matter of time before we start getting tangled up in all this rope. So I think for our own safety, let's head over the top of the reef and start heading back up. Thought this looked like quite a cool cave. I've got a feeling there's an octopus living. Loads of jeweling enemies. Whenever you get an overhang like this, completely full of jeweling enemies. You see cannibals everywhere. You see there's one here? This round thing? Perfectly round. You can tell it's a cannibal a mile off. Unfortunately this one's stuck to the reef. I'll clean it off so it looks nicer, so anyone else that dives around here, if you want a cannibal, bring a hammer. I reckon it's a 16-pounder. Let's carry on. That's quite weird. We were just looking down and a tiny little shoal of fish swam up past us. Kind of a little bit worrying because you're thinking, what are they swimming away from? I've got a feeling, I'm not quite sure what fishes that these are, but I've got a feeling this is what all of the tuna's eating. These small fish. Oh, and there's another crab pot line just below mesh. I have to keep an eye on that. Yeah, and all these fish, these and longnose are probably getting eaten by the tuna. Quite cool little fish, not quite sure what they are. I thought they were horse mackerel to start off with, but they're missing the black dot on the side. Someone put in the comments what they are, because I very rarely see them, but they're quite cool. Nice little inquisitive fish. It's a massive ocean, yet for some reason we always get washed onto a pot right into the surface. The probability must be quite slim, but it always seems to happen. Don't know how, but it does. when I come up, I always tend to face the direction the tide's pushing us in. So I see these coming. There's nothing worse than it coming up from behind and hitting you in the tank. It's scary and can tangle you. As you've just seen, it is an absolute mountain range down there. This is the bottom. This is their air bubbles. They're just here, out the window. And it's a proper mountain range, that reef. And we finished our dives at Piette, or Anfrey Wall, and now we've come across the other side, down near Jetu, for another dive. It's another one of Richard Keen's locations. He's dived here many times before in the past, and he said, you know, there's always nice stuff to see, plenty of fish. It's basically one large reef that comes up from the seabed, and it's kind of like a stepped arrangement, quite similar to you see down the Tacking Sark. And he always says there's plenty of fish on here, so quite excited to see what's here. So far so good. We've actually hit the head, and there is plenty of fish around here. Loads and loads of big wrasse. Again, it's on these broken boulders, so wherever there's big broken boulders with gaps below, this is where you're going to get the wrasse holes. There's also loads of shankers here as well, or brown edible crabs, as you'd say in the UK. There's some absolute beasts. There's a big one here and a conger, and also one spider crab that looks a bit scabby. There's also loads of big shankers down these holes everywhere. I'm only guessing because it's on the approach to Tobar's Passage that people can't pot here, so that's probably why there's loads of big crab here. This area is known for having loads of strong currents, so we've only got a short period of time that we need to be down here. We did say to Phil and Jem we'll do 20 minutes, come up and then they can do 20 minutes. There's a beast of a conger under this rock. I think years and years ago I've read articles in the paper that people used to come out over here and anchor overnight fishing for large congers on trots. This one isn't a monster, but it's still nice to see. I'm going to hum and see if I can get him to poke his head out the hole so Mish can take a photo. He wants to poke his head out, but I don't think he's gonna. She's a little bit shy, this one. Massive eyes on him. It's crazy to think they got huge eyes like that for catching all the light at this depth, but also they're actually not really that good. They tend to use their smell more than anything else, and there are other sensory factors like when you hum, they can feel that in the water. It's time we continued on because where we want to go is on the southern side of the reef, and currently we're still right on the top. You can see here what I mean, like a steps. So it comes up, flattens out, comes up. Plenty of starfish around here, which is probably why there's no scallop on this side. But look at all these shells. So many of them, they're actually stacked up on edge. I take it the tide is pushing them all up here, and as soon as it gets to the rock, they can't go any further, and it's almost like a coin sliding machine. And basically, instead of them laying flat on the seabed, they're now standing up. As I would have expected, there's also large scours of sand around the reef where the tide's coming up, and then basically the speed of the water around the reef is taking the sand away, basically making a small hole. Just noticed something then, but we're going to get to that in a minute. And have a look at this. This is old Norman ware. can tell it's like a jog handle. These would have been from large water carriers or milk or something like that. Probably 1800s, maybe slightly later, 1820s maybe. Still very common in France now, northern France. You see the scour where the white sand is dropping down against the reef? It's going to show Mish that. Always make a nice little photograph out with all that purple stuff on. Some sort of coralline algae. And the seabed around here is covered in that purple stuff. Well, the shells are certainly covered in the purple stuff anyway. Oh, I thought that was a key then. It's not though, it's just a shell. I'm going to take a look at this thing over here. I haven't got a clue what it is yet. Thought it was a 4-inch pipe, waste pipe, but it's not. It's a defender off the side of a boat. These things are screwed to the side to stop them getting damaged. Oh, sidetracked. Some crayfish. Only babies. Still really nice to see. Especially on this side, you don't tend to see many where we are now. Well, I haven't up to now anyway. And then we're back to what I originally noticed before. See this? Little pots. Old pots, all broken, but still quite cool to see. Probably chucked off the side of a boat because they were damaged. Maybe in a storm it was a deck cargo or a cargo that had got damaged, so they just threw it over. Probably on a boat coming back from Sark or somewhere like that, given the location of them. There's certainly no shipwreck around here, that's for sure. Let's take a little look. Ah, that's the Norman ware. That handle that's over there is probably off of these. All completely smashed. Buried fairly deep, so they've been here quite a while. Yeah, thrown by hand as well. Given where they are, I'm guessing they haven't been trawled over. I think they were just broken when they went in the water. That one's nice. That one doesn't look like it's broken, but that looks slightly different to the rest. I can tell by the lip on it. It's like a hog nose sort of lip on it. Getting excited about that one. Very, very carefully try and prise it out of the sand. I've got a feeling this one's a lot older than the other ones. The other ones are kind of like modern rubbish. But this one looks a lot older. Let's pull it out and get it out the bad viz, so you can have a look at it. Ooh, just notice, got a round bottom on it. It's an olive jar. I quickly got that one in the bag and sent it to the surface. Fingers crossed it's actually reached the surface. I pulled one out to have a little look, but now I'm going to put it back. Try and put it back exactly where I found it. Just checking to see if there's anything in the contents of it. Would have been a narrow neck, so it would have been for some sort of fluid, some liquid of some sort. What I'll do is I'll just dig them out and just put them back in the holes they were, just to check that there's nothing special about them. And I'm going to push some of the shells back in around them, just to protect them a little bit. Not that it really matters if they get damaged, because they're completely smashed anyway. Right, it's time to carry on now, because we've only got a couple more minutes left. We're almost at 20 minutes now. It's amazing how fast it goes. I can't get over how many starfish are around here. The spiny starfish seem to be absolutely everywhere. This is ideal seabed as well for flatfish and rays. It's small round gravel's perfect for them. There's a Mercedes starfish. Looks like a Mercedes badge. So this head isn't very big at all. We were told that everything that gets chucked over the side of ships tends to get washed this way and sit up against the reef. So that's probably why them pots were there. That's my lucky day. Found a big chunk of lead. This is what they would have used on conga lines, just to hold it right down, something nice and heavy. Like I say, there's plenty of tide around here, so they need something heavy. And there we go, the tide's starting to pull again now when you see Mish's line. We're going to have to hurry up, and Phil and Jen's going to get a dive as well. Almost 18 minutes. Just tell Mish, another 3, and then we'll go up. So Mish can enjoy the dive. I've taken the delayed off of her because it's actually trying to pull you away. It's a nightmare. But we need it. Loads of other rubbish here. Bits of old cable, old rope. There's even a bit off the bottom of a keel of a boat by the looks of it over here. Yep, probably some sort of keel band. And you can see a spider crab here. This is how the octopus eat them. Pretty much go onto their back, rip the shell off. I think we'll swim down the side of this reef on my right hand side just to see if there's anything that's been left there or washed up against that side of the reef, but I don't think there is. Well, unless you class hundreds of starfish. Look at them all over the seabed. It's 19 minutes. I think we better go up. Starfish everywhere. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Everywhere. Definitely come back here again though. Nice area.
Yep, we're good. You bang on the money where you put us in. Yeah, I need to get some rope on that as well, Mish.
A quick text message to Richie Keane, and he tells me that's going to need declaring because it's probably over 300 years old. I think it could be an olive jar. Fingers crossed the museum can tell us what it is. What does anyone else think it is? I still haven't heard back from the museum yet, and I'm unsure I will. I will send them another email to ask again, but I think it's an olive jar. Anyway, thanks for coming along with us, and I will catch you on the next tide.